And what if I told you that the secret to reclaiming your energy, your stamina, and even your masculine vitality after 60 isn't in expensive treatments or trendy supplements, but in a tiny pill that costs just a few cents? It sounds unbelievable, right? Yet thousands of men across the United States are discovering that a simple vitamin, the one that goes unnoticed on pharmacy shelves, can restore the strength and vigor they thought was lost forever. It's not magic, it's science. A science that's transforming lives, even if many doctors never mention it. I'm Dr. Elena Ramírez, a board-certified urologist and specialist in men's health with over 3 decades of experience helping men reclaim their energy, confidence, and intimacy in completely natural ways. Throughout my career, I've studied in depth what really happens inside the male body as it ages. And I can assure you of one thing: the problem isn't age itself, but what age silently steals from you over time. What surprises most men is this: the vitamin your body needs to maintain its energy and vitality is precisely the one that's most depleted after 60. It's cheap, accessible, and available everywhere, but almost no one talks about it. That's the real mystery. How can something so small and inexpensive be the key to unlocking your body's inner power? In this video, I'll reveal exactly what that vitamin is, how it reactivates circulation and energy, and how you can use it safely to regain strength, focus, and desire. And stick around until the end, because I'll also share a simple nighttime habit that multiplies its effects while you sleep, giving you a vitality upon waking that you haven't felt in decades. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos designed specifically to help men over 60 reclaim their strength, energy, and confidence naturally. And if this topic interests you, write the number 1 in the comments to let me know you're watching this content. If not, write 0. Your comments help us create more useful, targeted information based on your needs. Now, let's dive into the truth behind why so many men start losing energy, strength, and desire after 60. It's not just aging or low testosterone. It's something much deeper, something happening inside your own cells, slowly draining your vitality without you even realizing it. Let me explain what's really going on. First, the true cause of fatigue after 60. Most men notice a hard-to-describe change. Mornings feel heavier. The energy that once came naturally now takes effort. Simple tasks like climbing stairs, playing with grandkids, or staying focused become harder than they should be. Many blame it on age or testosterone loss, but the truth is far more surprising. After more than 30 years helping men, I've learned that this decline doesn't start in the muscles or hormones, but deep inside your cells. Every cell in your body functions like a tiny engine. It needs fuel to stay active, but as the years pass, your stomach produces less acid, and your body absorbs essential nutrients more poorly. Over time, your cells stop getting the raw materials they need to generate energy. You keep eating, you keep living your normal life, but your cells are starving in silence. The result? Fatigue, demotivation, brain fog, and a frustrating sense of weakness that no amount of rest can fix. Most men don't realize that the real culprit behind this energy loss isn't testosterone, as many believe. The root cause is a lack of certain essential micronutrients that once kept your metabolism active and your circulation strong. And among them all, one stands out above the rest: a vitamin that regulates how your body converts food into energy, repairs muscles, and fuels the brain. I've seen countless men come to my office convinced they were simply getting old, only to discover weeks later that their vitality returned with full force once we corrected this hidden deficiency. It's not age that steals your energy, it's neglect. And the best part? This problem has a simple, affordable solution. So what is that overlooked nutrient that can reignite the strength you thought was gone? The answer is surprisingly simple. A tiny vitamin that costs just a few cents and is probably at the nearest pharmacy to you. 2. The 12-cent vitamin that changes everything. When I began my career in medicine, I never imagined that one of the most powerful tools for reclaiming masculine energy would come in something so small. I remember a patient named Roberto, 68 years old, who came to see me several years ago. His face was pale, his movements slow, and in a weary voice he told me, "Doctor, I feel like my body is running on its last drops of fuel." He'd tried expensive supplements, energy drinks, even testosterone injections, but nothing seemed to work. His blood tests revealed something I'd seen countless times since: a severe vitamin B12 deficiency. Just a few weeks after starting treatment, Roberto came back feeling alive. He looked at me with a smile and said, "Doctor, finally, I feel like I've come back to life." That's when I started paying real attention to this small but extraordinary nutrient. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin, costs just 12 cents per dose and is available at almost any pharmacy. Yet many see it as just another vitamin, unaware of the powerful role it plays in the body. This vitamin helps cells produce energy, maintains nerve function, improves oxygen transport, and promotes smooth circulation. It's the invisible fuel for the heart, brain, and muscles. When B12 levels drop, the body stops transporting oxygen efficiently. Cells literally start to suffocate from the inside, leading to fatigue, weakness, lack of focus, and even intimacy issues. But when levels are restored, it's like restarting a stalled engine. Blood flows stronger, muscles regain power, and the mind feels clearer. Best of all, no miracle treatments or complicated routines are needed. Just a small daily tablet can transform how you feel in weeks. I've witnessed this change time and again in my patients, and it moves me every time. It's like giving them a second chance. So, if a simple vitamin can reactivate your body's engine so impressively, imagine what you'll discover when you understand the science behind how it restores strength, circulation, and masculine vitality. That's exactly what I'll show you next. Strength and vitality don't depend solely on muscles or testosterone. They depend on something much deeper: the energy generated inside your cells. And that's where vitamin B12 becomes a true silent hero. Inside every cell are tiny structures called mitochondria, the body's power plants. Their job is to take the food you eat and convert it into usable energy, what scientists call ATP. But these power plants can't function without an essential piece: vitamin B12. When levels of this vitamin drop, it's like trying to start a car without fuel or a spark. The whole system starts to fail. Metabolism slows, circulation weakens, and the mind feels foggy. That's why many men with B12 deficiency describe a constant sense of exhaustion, confusion, and disconnection. In contrast, when this vitamin is restored, the body fully awakens. Blood transports oxygen more effectively, muscles get the energy they need, and the nervous system sends signals with speed and strength. And here's the most interesting part. Vitamin B12 helps the body produce nitric oxide, a natural compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels. This improves circulation not just to the heart and brain, but also to the areas that define masculinity. In other words, B12 doesn't just make you feel more alive, it makes you act like it. I've seen men who thought their days of passion were behind them, yet upon restoring this function, they were reborn, physically and emotionally. It's not magic, it's simply biology doing its natural job. But here's the irony. Nearly half of men over 60 have dangerously low levels of this essential nutrient, and most don't even know it. That silent deficiency is the next big issue we need to address. 4. The hidden deficiency most people ignore. I can't count how many times a man has sat across from me saying with resignation, "Doctor, I think I'm just getting old." They say it as if accepting the loss of energy is an inevitable part of life. And every time I hear those words, I feel a deep frustration, because I know that in most cases, it's not age stealing their vitality. It's a hidden deficiency that creeps in slowly over the years. The most common and dangerous one? A lack of vitamin B12. Its danger lies in how silent it is. It doesn't appear overnight. It steals your strength gradually without you noticing. One morning, it's harder to get out of bed. Weeks later, your legs feel heavier, focus fades, and mood dims for no reason. Sometimes a slight tingling appears in the hands or feet, or sleep stops being as restorative as before. These aren't just signs of aging. They're your body's alarms, warnings that your cells aren't getting the energy or oxygen they need. The numbers are alarming. Nearly 40% of men over 60 have low or insufficient B12 levels, and most disturbingly, very few have ever been tested. The reason is simple. With age, the body loses its ability to absorb this vitamin. The stomach produces less acid, and even with a good diet, much of the B12 from food never reaches the bloodstream. Over time, this silent loss causes constant fatigue, muscle weakness, poor circulation, and even issues in intimate life. All while your doctor tells you your tests are perfect. But here's the good news. This isn't permanent damage. It can be reversed. And the solution is so simple, it almost seems unfair. In fact, it's probably waiting for you on the shelves of your local pharmacy, ready to bring your body back to life. So, how can you reclaim your energy and vitality safely, step by step? That's exactly what I'll explain now. 5. Dr. Elena Ramirez's step-by-step protocol. Every time I meet a man who's been feeling tired, unmotivated, or experiencing that silent loss of strength for a while, I tell him the same thing. We don't need to guess. We can measure what's missing and rebuild it methodically. The first step is always awareness. I ask all men over 60 to get a vitamin B12 test. It's a quick, affordable blood test that's surprisingly revealing. Many are shocked by the results. "Doctor, how can my level be so low?" they ask. But the truth is, it happens to almost everyone over time. The healthy range for men that age should be above 500 pg per ml, yet most patients I see come in well below that. Once we confirm the deficiency, the real transformation begins. I recommend starting with 1,000 micrograms of B12 every morning. No complicated injections or costly treatments, just a small tablet that dissolves easily. Look for formulations labeled methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin. They're safe, effective, and proven. Take it on an empty stomach right upon waking, when your body is best prepared to absorb and use it throughout the day. And most importantly, be consistent. You don't need to flood your body overnight. What it really needs is steady, ongoing nutrition. Small daily doses that rebuild your energy from the inside out. After 2 to 4 weeks, something amazing happens. That brain fog starts to lift. Mornings feel lighter. You wake up more easily. You begin to notice more clarity, more strength, and a renewed sense of control over your body. I've witnessed this change repeatedly, and it always reminds me of an essential truth. Healing doesn't always mean adding something new. Sometimes it means giving the body what it always needed. But there's one more secret I share with my patients, a method that amplifies these results even further. It's a nighttime practice that allows the body to repair, restore, and rejuvenate while you sleep. And when you combine it with your morning vitamin, the difference is undeniable. Let me explain how it works. 6. The nighttime combo that multiplies results. When I started recommending vitamin B12 to my older patients, I quickly noticed something surprising. The results were even better when combined with the right nighttime ritual. You see, B12 fuels your body during the day. It activates your cells, clears your mind, and keeps blood flowing with oxygen. But the body doesn't just need energy, it needs recovery, and that restoration happens while you sleep. The secret is preparing your body at night so that while you rest, it can rebuild what the day has worn down. One night, a patient named Harold, 71 years old, told me, "Doctor, I feel great in the morning after my B12, but by evening, I'm exhausted again." I smiled and replied, "That's because you're charging the battery but not letting it rest properly." Then I told him about a simple addition to his routine: magnesium before bed. This mineral helps relax blood vessels, reduces muscle tension, and promotes deep, restorative sleep. Plus, it plays a quiet but essential role in regulating testosterone and improving circulation, especially when combined with vitamin B12. In just 2 weeks, Harold noticed deeper rest, increased morning energy, and returning confidence. Magnesium can be taken in capsules, or even better, paired with a relaxing infusion made from ashwagandha, ginger, or ginseng. These herbs calm the nervous system, reduce nighttime stress hormones, and prepare the body for true recovery. Think of it as your body's reset button. B12 ignites the energy, magnesium sustains it, and deep sleep restores it. It's a natural cycle that rebuilds strength from the inside out. I always tell my patients that when they master this rhythm, energizing by day and healing by night, their body starts to feel decades younger. But this transformation isn't just physical. Something much deeper happens when a man starts feeling alive again. Because once you reclaim your energy, the next step is reclaiming your identity. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next. 7. Reclaiming your manhood and living fully after 60. There's a moment I'll never forget. A patient named Jorge, 65 years old, sat in my office with his hands clasped and his gaze down. In a tired voice, he said, "Doctor, I don't feel like the man I used to be. I'm exhausted, without confidence, and my wife keeps asking what's wrong with me." I looked him in the eyes and replied firmly, "Jorge, that man is still there. He's just hidden under years of fatigue, and we're going to wake him up." And we did. In just a few weeks, after restoring his B12 levels, adopting a healthy routine, and balancing his body, Jorge walked back into my office upright, smiling, and full of energy. "I feel like me again," he told me with emotion. That's what reclaiming your manhood really means. It's not about chasing youth or pretending to be 25 again. It's about reconnecting with the strength, purpose, and confidence that's always been inside you. It's feeling proud when you look in the mirror, not for your appearance, but for how you feel inside. Alive, complete, authentic. When energy returns, everything changes. Your posture, your voice, your laugh, even the way you love. You start remembering what it's like to wake up eager to live, not just survive the day. I've seen it countless times. That quiet transformation when a man realizes his best years aren't behind him. They start traveling, rediscovering passions, mending relationships, and living with genuine joy. The body may age, but the spirit never has to. When you give your body what it needs, it rewards you with strength, clarity, and vitality beyond your expectations. So, as we reach the end of this message, I want to leave you with a powerful reflection. This isn't just about vitamins or routines. It's about rewriting the story of what life after 60 can truly be. And that story, my friend, starts right now. Conclusion. Your second chapter begins today. When I think about all the men I've treated over the years, one thing always stands out. The turning point never came from a miracle pill or complicated treatment. The real change came from a decision. The decision to stop accepting fatigue, weakness, and decline as normal. The decision to take back control of your health, your body, and your confidence. And often, it all started with something as simple as a tiny vitamin. That little tablet costing just a few cents may seem insignificant, But inside it lies powerful science capable of reigniting what age has dimmed: your strength, mental clarity, and desire to live fully. Vitamin B12 isn't just a nutrient. It's a reminder that your body still has enormous potential waiting to be awakened. When you give it the right fuel, your cells respond. They rebuild energy, repair accumulated damage, and restore the balance that was missing. Fatigue starts to fade, mornings become lighter, and that inner spark you thought was lost reignites. Combine that with consistency, good rest, and a bit of faith in yourself, and soon you'll discover that age isn't a barrier. It's simply a new chapter, one you can write on your own terms. I've seen men at 60, 70, and even 80 rediscover the strength they thought was gone forever. They walk taller, laugh harder, and love deeper. Not because they've reclaimed youth, but because they've reclaimed something far more valuable: vitality. And that's exactly what I want for you. So, before you go on with your day, make yourself a promise. You won't settle for feeling less than alive anymore. Head to your pharmacy, grab that bottle of vitamin B12, take it tomorrow, and give your body the chance to show you how strong it can still be. Because this isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your second chapter. And believe me, it can be the best one yet.